What's going on, guys? So today we're looking at something that's long overdue. We're talking about some lighter parts and stuff here. This is actually a bunch of stuff from lighterpartspro.com, and I had gotten this stuff probably 2+ years ago, and it just got stored away. I completely forgot about it. Once in a blue moon, I would come in here to get some flints for my Zippos or various different lighters. And I always say to myself, I'm gonna do a video on that stuff. I'm gonna do a video on that stuff. And I never did. 2+ years later, I'm finally doing a video on it. I actually just checked like 5 minutes ago, and the website doesn't even exist anymore. The reason I want to do a video on it is to give you guys a source for lighter parts. And unfortunately, it's gone. It was an overseas company. They had a lot of stuff from Zorro. If you're a Zippo collector, you may have ran into Zorro branded lighters. They make a lot of lighters that look like Zippos, but of course you look at the base of it and it would say Zorro. A very famous company overseas. And they make all kinds of different lighters as well. So you might still see that brand on non-Zippo looking lighters. But anyway, it is a huge shame because, again, going through stuff, I found this little basket of my parts and a lighter here, which I actually never used. I just filled up for this video. And the company's not even existing anymore. But I still want to make this video to basically mention, I'll probably have this something along the lines of the title, but I have Flints for life. Okay, so I had gotten these. You could get a huge, like a bulk pack of Flints super cheap online. Now, obviously, if you're a Zippo collector, you might like using Zippo brand Flints. I've used Ronsonol, I've used Zippo, I've used Zorro brand, I've used miscellaneous Flints, and they generally all work. I can't definitively say that Zippo Flints work better than other Flints. They're just kind of the same. You know what I mean? I never had a problem with Zippo Flints, but I never really had a problem with any other Flints either. Obviously, you want to get the proper size. Some Flints can be too long, but generally speaking, they're around the same size. I will say this, though, as far as butane fuel goes, Zippo Blue butane fuel is superior, in my opinion, to all the other butane fuel that I've used before. I've found that to be true in using it on different types of lighters and finding that it clogs if I don't use the Zippo Blue. So that's one particular aspect, but like as far as liquid fuel, Zippo fuel that comes in the canisters, it's great, but so's all the other brands. It all seems to work to me, so that's just been my experience with butane. If I have a really nice lighter and I definitely want to treat it well, I will actually go out of my way to get Zippo Blue fuel for butane. But everything else is kind of whatever. Regular lighter fluid, liquid lighter fluid, and Flints, it works, you know what I mean? But anyway, I figured I'd go through here. So first is a Joban lighter I got from that website. I just filled it up a few minutes ago. It's a pretty interesting lighter. Turn that sideways and spark it, and there we go. We have a little pencil butane flame. Kind of cool. It just rotates that little collar there. So may or may not get use on that. I'll probably end up using it as a trade item or something in the future. But I figured I'd show it. Why not? Then I got these little packs, and these, I don't remember the exact price, but these were super cheap. Super duper cheap. So you can see these, all three are Zorro brand. So this is kind of a generic lighter repair kit. I don't know the language here. I want to say it's Chinese, but I don't really know. Could be a multitude of different languages. But I'm not educated enough to figure out which one it is. It's just not English. But you can see a couple different things in here. We have a little small brush. Sometimes you get these style brushes with your, beard trimmers and hair buzzers, things like that. So I actually have a couple of these brushes, but they're good to get in there in the filling port or just get a little dirt out of those tiny little crevices. Maybe if you're using a Zippo or something, you want to, clean around the wheel or whatever. So that's kind of nice. Then you get a spare wick, which is very nice. You also get a little tube with, looks like four Flints, 5. There's 5 little Flints in there, which will last forever. 5 Flints. It takes a long time to go through 5 Flints. Unless, of course, maybe you're smoking every day and using a lighter, dozens of times a day or playing with it. And then you have a little multi-tool thing here, which basically is to adjust the butane fuel. If I use that other lighter as an example. All right, so you can adjust it on the bottom here to raise or lower the flame. All right, so most butane lighters, if not all butane lighters, you will see the little plus and minus, and there's a little, like a round part there, it's a tube, and there's a notch cut out of both sides. So we'd use a small flathead screwdriver to rotate it. Now, I've used all kinds of things before, yes, including the tip of a very cheap knife. and whatever works, works, right? So obviously towards the plus, in this case, it's going to be counterclockwise would raise the flame, and clockwise would lower the flame. So if you want to conserve fuel, that's a way to do it. Or if you just want a bigger flame, that's a way to do it as well. The problem is if you put a flame too high, sometimes it won't actually light because the fuel's coming out with such force that the spark doesn't light it. So there's always a sweet spot there. But anyway, so that's a pretty cool kit. I like that. And then this one, this is something that I always wanted to use and I keep forgetting I have. This is a little block. It's a metal block that holds your insert, your Zippo insert in there, so that you can punch out the wheel to change the wheel. So there's a punch kit here. So your Zippo insert would sit in here and you can see this little hole there. So basically you use a hammer and the punch and you punch out the pin that goes through the spark wheel on a Zippo. So actually, let me grab my Zippo here. All right, so this would sit like this. Obviously take the insert out. All right, so it'd go like this inside here, and you'd punch out the pin and put in a new pin. Now I do believe I have pins as well. When I got this, I also got spare pins. But super, super cool concept. At the time, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna fix all these different inserts and stuff. Never did. Here it is, brand new in the package. Just totally forgot. Then we have just a fill repair kit. So we have all of our rayon balls, which is basically, you know, synthetic cotton. We have another wick here and another felt pad for the bottom. So super cool as well. Then I got a little box of goodies here. So I titled the video something along the lines of Flints for life. There's 3 flints there. We have a couple flints in that kit. And we have a bag of flints. All right. So I don't know how many are in here. I think originally there was 50, but every once in a while I keep plucking from this bag, so who knows what's left. Then I have various things in here, a couple spare hinges. And again, these are all brand new from this company that unfortunately the website doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if they changed their name, changed location, or just ceased to exist completely. But this was nice too. So if you could do like a little spot weld or something, you have your brand new hinges in there. That would have been nice. Again, I think there's a couple pins in here. Here's a spare wheel with a pin. All right, and what's kind of cool about this one is you're not basically hammering the pins down. There's these little C-clips. All right, so you could replace this wheel with something and you can actually take it back off if you need to. Super cool. And here's more of those pins. These are actually hinge pins. That's probably the most common thing to break on your Zippo is your hinge. So actually hinge pieces, or pins, excuse me. Now here also, this is the big one. I made a video a long time back about butane and the fact that I don't see those little pieces, those adapter pieces for butane fuel that used to be inside the cap. Guess what? This company had a whole set of these different adapter pieces. So that was super, super cool. And we have a tiny little punch here as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, here's actually a cam spring. That's something else that breaks on Zippos occasionally, is the cam spring. When you open this, underneath here is a cam spring. That's what keeps this piece right here, the cam, in the open position, or you know, when it's closed, it keeps it closed. This is what makes your lid stay closed, and when it's open, it makes it stay open. Okay, is the combination of this cam and the cam spring underneath it. So just super cool. I mean, like I said, I have tons of parts here to fix Zippos, and generally speaking, I'm just grabbing flints. But the point of the video is, unfortunately, this site doesn't exist anymore, but you can buy these in bulk. It is super cheap. You could probably find a ton of them for less than 10 bucks, maybe even less than $5. And it just works. It just works. So if you find you're using your lighters all the time, again, if you're a smoker or you're playing with fireworks or you're doing Zippo tricks, whatever your deal is that you're taking your Zippo lighter out, or any lighter really for that matter that has a replaceable flint, and you're going through flints and you're going to the store and you're paying $3-4 whatever for a pack of flints, don't, just buy them in bulk and you will be good to go. So there's my little lighter tip for the day, and a little story of me completely forgetting to talk about this 2+ years ago. But hey, better late than never, right? That's what they say anyway. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.